What's up? It's Chima. I'm here to answer some questions of Sounds of the Future.
I love you, 508.
Yo, I'm Chima. I'm from all over the place, to be honest with you, bro. Shit, I was born in New York, but I moved down to, I think, Arizona when I was like 4. From Arizona, I moved it to Louisiana. From Louisiana to Indiana. From Indiana down to Texas and shit. Now I'm here. Yeah, it's my actual name. When I first started rapping, I went off like an Instagram handle and shit like that. But then I just thought back to myself, like, bro, my name is actually unique as fuck. Like, why not just go by that? And then, like, the slash indicates I have a lot of contradiction that I go through as a person. So, personally, that slash indicates, for me, like, the awareness of both sides and taking both of them into account instead of, like, villainizing one side of myself or some shit like that. I didn't even start myself. It was actually somebody I was close with. They were making music, and they dragged me into it. So, I was like, I was helping him do it for real, and then after that, I would just do it to myself over and over again, and then I like fell in love with that type of shit. I don't really have a name for it, but I would call it like digital or like drone, like digi-drone. That's what I call it. But it's kind of like a hyper processed for like robotic sound or something. What I do it for, like I kind of take the that kind of metallic shit that T-Pain was working with, and then I kind of like add more inflection to kind of like Young Thug and shit like that. I kind of make it more like robotic, kind of. I lean into the robot side to kind of amplify that type of otherworldly effect, you know? Yeah. It gives me mad perspective for real, like amazing perspective. Like when you in one city, you only see things one way, but like you in a different town, like a different state, the way that people view you has a lot of impact on how you view yourself. These people might view you as an asshole, and subconsciously you might project that into your music. You might project that into yourself. Like, so I have like multiple different versions of myself that I can pull from. So let's say that I have a song that sounds aggressive. I can pull from somebody's perceiving me as aggressive. I can pull from that and just amplify that image. Since I'm like, I don't, because the way I was raised, my parents were like into psychology, so they taught me a lot about my perception and shit. And then I live in multiple different states, so it's the same thing. Like, it adds up, and then I got multiple different things I can just pull from. It's amazing. Gesture media is like, it's kind of like, it's a creative, kind of like a creative development like protocol that I created, kind of just to like, I feel like my generation doesn't really focus on what we have. We can do a lot of shit right now. Like, we really can. Like, I know it seems like people don't really take advantage of what we got. Like, TikTok, I got popping in 1 year off this TikTok. Like, you interviewing me off this shit. Like, it's just us in this room. But to me, the fact that we even doing shit like this, somebody's gonna watch this shit. Somebody's gonna watch this shit. And it's just like, the fact that we have the drive to even put energy into shit like this, somebody's like, there's something that's gonna come of this. So it's like, if we just take that and we play that out to all like the max, we gonna do some shit that no one's seen before, and that's gonna draw people in. We kind of take that risk and we push ourselves to that level. You know? The thing about music is I don't really use music as like therapy. I kind of use it as like programming. I don't really use it as therapy. Like, I could make a song about being in a really fucked up mood, and the music would amplify that feeling. And even though that would feel good, that's not really healthy. So I wouldn't really like use music as therapy in that way. I kind of use my music as like a counter to things like that. Let's say I was feeling fucked up. I would make a song that would start off with that negative feeling, but then slowly transition into something more positive without completely throwing you off. Because when you fucked up, you don't want to listen to a song about like, oh, hi everybody. Like, you don't want to listen to no goofy ass shit. You don't want to listen to like Happy by Pharrell. And that's no shade towards Pharrell type shit. I ain't even trying to disrespect that nigga. But like, you ain't trying to listen to that shit. So I would make a song that like, it gets that heavy vibe in there, but then like transition out of that shit so you can actually like get your feelings off without. I remember Lucky said some shit like something, she keep asking questions, I'ma find you. She keep looking for the reaper, I'ma come true. And I felt that shit. But like, it ain't feel positive. I ain't gonna hold you. One nigga might be on some demon shit, but like, it ain't feel positive. So I'm trying to figure a way that like, we can do that shit without niggas being on some, you know what I mean? Cause niggas be tripping. I like, you see what Cardi be on. I don't know. I fuck with bro, but that nigga be on some shit. Like, I definitely be looking out for that type of shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't believe that you need to be in that type of. I don't believe that shit is like them niggas was actually going. Oh yeah, I think the world is too big for like. You guys can't control all of this shit. Like you really can't control all of this shit. No. There's no way you can get through. Like you can definitely. You can be in your position and like make it to the top. Maybe you won't be like fucking Travis Scott level, but I definitely think you can be like Youngboy level for sure. Yeah. And then if you just, I feel like the type of nigga I am, I just talk way too much. Niggas is always gonna just, niggas are gonna be like, what the fuck is that nigga doing? That nigga, I know he on some shit, so I can just tap into that. Plus, there's so many ways to make money in 2024. Shit, I'm gonna be alright. Bro, I'd probably sign with a major label, to be honest with you. Like I said, I got a strap just because they might be on some Diddy shit. I don't know. But like, I feel like to get to a certain level, you have to sign with a major label. Just to a certain mainstream point, you kind of got to sign with a major label. So I feel like for that reason, I would, yeah. The thing about performing live is you kind of have to gauge the audience. If one of my first shows that I was, my first show that I was at, when I was performing, I was way too turned. Niggas was just like looking at me and shit. I ain't gonna lie, that shit felt bad. That shit was not it. But like, you gotta gauge the audience. You gotta make sure like the niggas, they fucking with what you doing. You gotta do something for the people. A lot of people, they just go to a show and they just yell their fucking lyrics. That's not a performance. Nobody's coming there to watch somebody yell some shit on stage. 95% of the time, we can't even fucking hear you. I feel like it's more of a mix of you matching them, but elevating what they're at. So if somebody's like, I ain't trying to get up today, I'm just trying to like vibe, you can add to that without like fucking it up. I don't think the competitive aspect of rap is like a bad thing. I just think what we competing about is lame as shit. Like no, bro, like I fuck with Drake, I fuck with Kendrick, but who the fuck gives a fuck? Like, oh yeah, nigga, I understand we need lyrics, but that's not interest. Like nigga, anyone can write some shit. Anybody can write. Like anybody can write. If like Ice Spice, niggas be saying Ice Spice's ass. Personally, I love Ice Spice. I ain't gonna say that. But like niggas be saying Ice Spice's ass. Like if she sits down, she can write the fucking Bible, and then freestyle that shit back. Oh my God, she has nigga. If Jack Harlow can do that shit, I'm not even trying to shade that nigga. If Jack Harlow can do that shit, nigga, anybody can do that shit. Like niggas was giving Jack Harlow mad praise for his shit. And like I don't think Jack Harlow was like did any crazy. He ain't do nothing crazy, but he ain't do nothing like to that would get people's attention. But he went up so quick. So if he can do that shit, hell yeah. The fuck? Hell yeah. For sure. I feel like you gotta be marketable. But like, we in 2024. No, not to be explicit, but like you see the shit that be going on in you see what's going on in Palestine. So you can sit here and be like, oh, I'm gonna be really market friendly. I'm gonna be really, I'm gonna act like we know what it is. Motherfuckers is getting exploded and shit. Like that's real life. So you can sit here with this dressed up ass image and cap your ass off, but you're only gonna appeal to a certain demographic of people who really don't do shit. Those people the people for real who don't want life to look to the depth of what shit really is. Those people don't really influence anybody. So even if you inspire them, you're inspiring them to be mediocre. You gotta inspire people who actually gonna do shit, then you gonna see the effects of your work. You gotta focus on that demographic for real. So I don't really give a fuck about if like I do think the industry plant people, like it's a good way to go up. But like if you watch it, like everyone who's been accused of being an industry plant for real, like go watch their interviews. They don't really got shit to say. They just kind of like, yeah, well I came up and it's like the classic fucking, I came up and everything worked out. Like nigga, we don't give a fuck about that shit. Tell me about like how that nigga was gonna whip your ass and you had the dog and tell me about when you was broke as shit and you was on the train, nigga. I ate spaghetti sauce for dinner, nigga. Tell me about some shit like that. And nobody give a fuck about, you know what, bro? One day, everything clicked in my head and I made the print. Nobody give a fuck, nigga. Tell us about some real shit. Bro, I think manifesting I think anything is really possible. Realistically, people be like thinking about shit that's not gonna work out in their favor. Let's say, I want to open up a business. What if nobody buys? Okay, yeah, but what if somebody does? the same possibility of the shit not working out in your favor, there's a possibility of shit working out in your favor if you go hard enough. And if you're not going hard enough, you just don't have enough information about how to go to it. You can really achieve almost everything. Like the same ingredient, like everything you needed to make an iPhone was already on the fucking planet. Long time ago. Niggas just ain't know how to put that shit together because they weren't looking out that far. The further you look out, the more you'll plan, and that's what the manifestation is for me. The idea to just have that shit in your head, because like some people have a mindset and some people have their mind set on shit. Like if you see me on my TikToks, I got my mind set on this shit working out for real. So niggas can talk to me, but I know that I'm going somewhere with my shit. So everything you telling me is just gonna be information for me to build that reality for myself. While some people have their mind set up on shit, there's no way it could change. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to treat ideas like clothes. Put on some new shit when you're old. Let's say you was racist. A racist mentality don't work in 2024 no more. I mean, it can maybe in a small ass town, but if you want to be global with your shit, you better learn how to deal with some Mexicans. You better learn. And if you don't like, I'm sorry, you're not gonna. They not gonna fuck with you, and that's where the money at. You see how big Bad Bunny is? He make just as much as Drake. He make just as much as Drake, so you can be racist. It's not gonna get you nowhere though. You gotta learn the plan for real, or you gonna be fucked up. That's what I believe. Motherfuckers want to sit here and act like, nah, that's not how it work no more, bro. The world is way bigger than just your mentality. Everything in this existence is a tool, and you use that bitch to get to where you need to go. Everything else, trash it. Trash it. Nah, you don't need that. Nah, not really. I feel like if somebody wants to like look at me for the shit I see on social media and judge me off of that, I feel like you doing that shit on purpose. Like, nigga, you eat, you sleep, you shit. You see, like, nigga, you eat, you sleep, you shit. You buy shit from the grocery store. You smoke. All right, nigga, you see niggas starving on the fucking street. If I want to curse niggas out on fucking social media, get the fuck over it. Like, nigga, there's so much bullshit going on and you're focused on, oh my God, if someone sees me cursing I'm responding to comments. That's schizophrenic, dude. That's schizophrenic because I'm responding to a nigga. Why the fuck is he speaking if he don't want a response from me? But I can't do that because I'm supposed to sit here and act like, oh, no. I'm better than it. Oh, no, I got prestige, nigga. Who gives a fuck about prestige? Who gives a fuck about any of that shit? Nigga, I want to fuck bad bitches and drive fast cars. All that extra shit, get the fuck out of here. Life is too short to give a fuck about any of that shit. Niggas be like, oh, if Bill Gates was looking at me, I want Bill Gates to respect me. Who gives up? Nigga, what? And niggas will just think like that off rip. They'll just like, oh yeah, I want this nigga to respect me. Why? I don't know why I don't want that nigga to respect me. I just want that nigga to respect me. For what reason though? I just want his respect though. Niggas just be on some bullshit. That's not what I'm striving for, but like, bro, I want to have fun. Like, yeah, I be on some spiritual shit, nigga, but I still want to get my dick wet. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, we gotta be realistic and shit. Like, nigga, you gotta have the good with the bad. Like, the only reason you appreciate how good life is, because you know how bad it can get. So I can be like in a straight fucking line all day, like, oh yeah. The fucking higher consciousness, but at the end of the day, I want to fuck a bad bitch, bro. Like, so I'm gonna try to do that as much as possible, but not as much as possible, but like as much within reason. You know what I'm saying? Don't overgorge yourself, of course. Loyalty for sure. I don't really give a fuck about respect, bro. Like, I know what I'm capable of. If you don't want to respect that in the image I present of you, that's you. I know what I'm capable of. You know, just because somebody doesn't respect what you're like it's like planting the seed for real. You don't respect the magnitude that shit could grow to until you really see it. So motherfuckers can look at you like you chaotic, but you can just take the attention they have of you thinking you chaotic and turn that into something. That's attention right there. And everybody just feels entitled to watch somebody fuck their life up and be like, oh yeah, I'm better than that person. So you're watching me to see that you're better than me, which means I'm always a constant source of validation for you. I can take that attention and flip it into some shit. Easily. Yeah, I got an album coming out on the 18th, Twin-Headed God. Pretty much everything I talked about here, it's that in album form. A little flexing, a little having fun, but yeah. Man, just do, like, really, bro, you can really do whatever the fuck you want. Like America is like literally a GTA server. No, it's literally a GTA server. Niggas be acting like that's it's a joke, it's a game. Nah, this shit is quite literally a game. It's literally a game. It's so non-realistic that you might as well not even take it serious and not have fun with that shit. Like, it's when you doing shit like that that you actually like. It's when you crazy enough to not take shit seriously that you perform the best because you're not worried about the consequences of your actions. So you kind of take that recklessness and you direct that in like a direction that'll help you grow in life. Sometimes like you can use your manic, you can use your insanity. Sometimes you can use the shit that people like. Think about how much energy goes behind. Think about how much energy goes behind negativity. Like I said, people love to look at somebody and like laugh at them because, oh, I feel like that's what I'm gonna use to be better than you. You can use that constant source that they're coming you from and transform. Like everybody's gonna be watching that person, no matter what. Everyone's looking down on that person. So he's already in everybody's mind. He's the worst, but he's in everybody's mind as one image. All he has to do is overcome that image and give them something to pay attention to. Simple. Every time. It's gonna work every time. That's literally the premise of every fucking movie. We watching some nigga overcome some shit. Everybody gonna do that shit. That's the plan.
I love you, 508.